Words tend to locate us in our image-based body. It takes a lot of effort to hold that body in mind. So let's sink into our felt sense of the body. Can let images and sounds and smells take a thoughts of the body, perceptions, let them take a back seat. Open up to the touching sense, the inner touch sense of the body. And our innermost constant touch sense is modulated by the breath. Breath alters and modulates sense of weight. Notice the sense of weight in the legs. Notice the sense of weight touching the earth. Notice any alterations, any lifting against the earth, contractions, lightness. Sense of being stuck, not in a negative sense, but planted. Sense of being rooted, earthy sense in the body, dissipating in the weight of nature, weight of this earth, being in negotiation with weight. Breath is a language in which we negotiate our gravity. There will be points of heaviness, points of lightness, and they'll all be changing. They'll all have a range within them. Notice how the sense of weight and lightness, seeing them in movement and process, can offer a gift of calm. The touch sense is the sense we fear the most, but it's the sense we heal in the fastest. So as we fear it, we close it down. We lose an avenue of healing. Emotions might come up. A sense of weight and lightness tend to be associated with an emotional range. Sometimes we block ourselves off emotionally from certain categories of emotions. And by touching in to the touch sense, opening up this world again, can release a new emotional vocabulary that might surprise us. Mm, openness, reception to learning a new vocabulary, a new emotional range, and letting it be part of a changing process, a natural, earthy negotiation with air element. We'll start to feel healing more and more. Allow your natural healing sense to kick in here. I mean, I suddenly felt a misty rain coming through this felt sense of this body, this energy body. It was very healing, but I'd like for you to allow any images to come through that sort of balance something or emphasize something, some healing process that's already happening for you. Play with the breath and directionality. The key ingredient here is sort of an open sense of space. It is the body's core sense of itself. It does not speak a language of separateness. It speaks a language of absolute presence without limits, without borders. There's no other felt sense than this felt sense. There's no, unlike in the image world or the thought world, we can compare and contrast. The felt sense is an incomparable sense. We negotiate with thoughts and memories to tell ourselves we felt better before. There's no, in this sense, there is no before. There's no after. There's no better. There's no worse. And so, in a sense, we can almost trust this world. We can take refuge in this sense that we've feared so long. We can almost have this realization at long last, long last. This is the refuge I've been seeking, this contact. Some of the highs we feel in the awakening process is just allowing this felt sense, this gladness, suddenly opening back up to something that feels like a more real world, more unified, offers some hope, and it can be felt in the body in the form of increased tingling in an energetic presence. sort of the barrier of the skin disappears. There's no skin in the inner felt sense. There's no outer felt sense. There's no edge or boundary. Place we can feel most true, most authentic. You can ask why we ever feared it. Can also get a sense of the work that needs to be done. Many traumas we experience in life are kind of like inhales that forget to exhale, contractions and holdings, a sense of gripping. We sort of get a sense of our inner terrain. Get a sort of sense of the letting go process where the field predominates over the sense of separation or contraction within the field. Usually when we let go of the sense that I am breathing, I am doing the breathing, and we really let go, and become the felt sense of the breath, that field sense takes over, the sense of a separate identity. You even feel loving protection of the wisdom of this group, this togetherness, shares in the same field sense. There's a there are hidden treasures in this felt sense. Buddha had fancy terms for them, samadhi and jhana. This energy body is not an object, it's more in the subjective sense. It's how we look at the felt sense that uncovers stages of deepening consciousness, connection, awareness, awakening, mostly by the removing of filters that we deepen, sometimes the adding, orientation. The Buddha started with the mind quieting down, being suddenly interested in the discovery of this physical world, of the felt sense of the body, and that it's actually an energetic sense, that it's actually kind of refuge and safety. Is very quieting for the mind. Sense that this is the right direction for the development of my peace and wisdom is a second viveka, or second sort of realization. And so seeing that staying in contact with the felt sense, what produces this, so we develop this desire to stay in contact, to stay in the inner massage with the breath. Now, images will pop up and things like that. And then we deepen by exploration, by expanding the field to include smallest areas of the felt sense that might be blocked off or separated or separating or numb. So we're re-sensitizing. So the fancy word of the first jhana is just a resensitization, an exploration in the breath field, and expanding it and unifying it, consolidating it, using each nanosecond of the breath. It's part of that exploration. And dealing with nodules and granthis and contractions that come up one at a time, letting them expand and reunify and reunite can have a very loving, embracing feel to. There's an exhilaration in the discovery, the adventure, the inner trip, so to speak. The jhana is the mere maintenance of this energetic field, the process of healing that happens with this layer of consciousness. Emotions that might come up are feel like labels. And there's a deeper breath sense, felt sense to the emotion. So the shift is much deeper. There's a sense of less and less modulation between weight and lightness, and more blending, more feeling of possible flight, of upliftment, kind of feeling of rectitude and uprightness, and feel strengthening to be in this field, especially with a group. Feel heartening that so many of us can heal here together as a unit, in cohesion. That it's so accessible. Jhana will only decay when perceptions of separateness set in, of weight that separate from the field, numbness. And so just reignite the adventure, reignite the discovery, expansion, openness, love of the felt sense. Really enjoy any areas where the felt sense is strongest. Could be a vibrational movement in the chest, heart, skin, palms, feet, sense of mixing and melting, unifying. Thoughts are allowed in this jhana. They are received. We use thought, we nudge our thoughts towards thoughts of oneness and connection, and gathering, and healing, and spreading, expanding. And we even allow thoughts of, that feels good, appreciation, all the thoughts are directed, so to speak, towards the breath. Those thoughts that aren't maintaining the jhana just sort of get forgotten about. So they naturally become unified. When the felt sense of the field takes over, thoughts will get really quiet and unnecessary. And that's the moment we enter what the Buddha called the second jhana. Felt sense just completely takes over. Jhana is no longer guided by thought, appreciation. It's embodied. It's just we touch the deep sense that the body is already naturally appreciating peace and it's happy. We surrender into the body more fully. There's still some exhilaration, some sense of relief, some more rising, lifting, tingling, even however subtle. and stand at the border, half in the second jhana and half in the first, where thought continues for a while and then disappears, continues and disappears. Boundaries are soft. Mm. Some of you were already in the third jhana a moment ago. It's the most solid sense of here right now, and sense of presence that consciousness really offers for your nervous system right now. It's a sense almost of extraordinary depth of weightedness, presence, sort of unified in earth and air so completely. Just emotional equivalent is satisfaction, sense of contentment. We radiate a sense of contentment. We realize it's been underlying sense of okayness underlies all levels of consciousness, feels infinite, permeable everywhere. Third jhana is just reveling in this okayness and from the sense of the body. Sort of touch a new ground of contentment every time we enter this field. And our sense of this radiates to others. They can feel it and ground in it as well. It's a communal jhana. Feels celebratory of the field. And the Buddha's description of it was a celebration of, as well, of a community sharing this weighted sense of satisfaction with what is, whatever is arising, whatever is changing. Our wisdom suddenly feels grounded, more practical, realizable. Very different than the soaring heights. Heaviness empties out into something like radiance, something that has a lighter quality to it, kind of like a light realm. Everything's light, bright, sense of calm wakefulness. Just the rhythms and beats of consciousness that heal our polarities and our separateness, that want to pull away into darkness, fear, immediacy. We have to heal these core wounds within us, these want to separate and then darken. It's a process of patience. It's only momentarily pleasurable till we get pulled back away from the jhana. We just gently offer it back into the system as a polarity to breathe and broaden, open, that which is separating and then darkening. It's an energetic process that occurs emotionally, psychologically, just like a musical piece has its joyful moments, quieter. The jhanas are just a musical piece that the Buddha composed for healing, that had been working for 2,500 years. They're incomparable. They're your only experience. There's a broadening sense of dispersion when we go through this musical piece of consciousness, letting go. Sometimes letting go is followed by a cessation, sense of an ending. Vibrational sense loosens the sense of centrality, holding in centrality, being only one vantage point. That's why they strengthen our psychic sense. We're holding two-ness as one, and oneness as two in our psychic sense. This sort of jhanic flow or consciousness symphony strengthens that sense. Become better community members, better empathizers, and go deeper into the feeling of suffering of another without being stranded there or drowning. We can hold the oneness as two, and the two is the one, other and the self. We don't get stuck anywhere and float free. Let the heart radiate any loving wishes for the world, for yourself, for members, for our friends here. Any sense of gratitude, this practice together today. Anything you want to throw onto the bonfire, center of this room, offer up back to the universe. Anything you want to let go. We've lit a fire together today. Thank you for the gifts this practice has brought all of us. And even let go of those. Surrender any holding, even any preference of our enlightenment over our endarkenment. Path will clarify itself. May all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.